Probably like the new up-and-comers from HCS Season 1 up to now. I would say the two players that weren't as well-known or didn't make as big of names for themselves in previous seasons. But let's jump into this game, see how aggressive Randa and Winterfox are going to be on this Warlord Oddball game.
You see him pre-nading the portal, just waiting for someone to come through. He knows the portal game is strong from OpTic Gaming. Ace is down with the camo. That's a good kill by Winterfox right there. Randa's taken down. And Nate is just kind of going on a tear, but he's taken down as well. Winterfox to an early start, picking up some ball time.
So this is the situations that I'm talking about. I'm not sure if it's worthwhile to scrap up ball time, especially early on in a game type like this where you aren't forced to. Obviously, if it gets towards the end of the game and you're in a situation where you're down by X amount of seconds and you need to close that gap a little bit, I understand scrapping up time. But right off the bat, I feel like you can send a message to the other team. You can get them all four down, maybe get a full setup, and change the pace of this whole series.
You just need to slay. You need to slay, get 2 or 3 down, like you said, and then go for the ball. You don't need to get 2 seconds. Like Contra just got 2 seconds right there. Those 2 seconds may help down in the long run, but if he would have just got some
kills.
kill.
Big play by Nate. I hate to cut you off, but he was the only one alive, ended up stopping ball, and that could have been a full setup for OpTic Gaming, all broke by Nate and his patience.
Yeah, that was an incredible play by Nate there. Rhino going for the ball now, trying to get it up into the flag, into the health, so he can get some cover. And he's taking shots from top middle while the camo's just sitting up. I think someone from OpTic Gaming actually has picked it up now. Rhino's going to have to be careful. He's got 2 guys heading his way with Contra behind them, slowly trying to help out here.
So he's doing a good job of scrapping up time in this case, but we've talked about before, we're like, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather get some kills because I don't know if that camo's going to come back to bite them. But it ends up working out in Winterfox's favor. They must be absolutely accustomed to playing this style because I just saw 3 members of OpTic down, Ryan Noob still scrapping up time, and OpTic is spawning across the map.
Yep, they've got a perfect setup right here. Contra's on the ramp to his right. Nate's right beneath him. They're all right next to each other, and they can help each other out. Rhinoob's got so much time right here. He hasn't even gotten shot at yet. And now you've got Randa up as well. Look, Contra and Randa,
this spawn trap.
Team shooting.
You look over on the right side. Over at yellow, we have Randa and Contra shooting from there. We have Nate over at red base.
Of the flag. He is not getting shot. He's not even moving out in the open.
Himself, completely out open. And now once the teammates is taken down, 2 of them taken down, I wouldn't be surprised to see him play ball here. Or is he going to scrap to the death? I think scrapping to the death is not the play. I like this, though. Shooting ace. And I would love to see a play ball, but we will see what Ryan decides to do. Obviously, scrapping has been working for him so far, and they are going to stick to that.
We'll see how that works out, though. Now, OpTic Gaming picking up some good time. Maniac with the ball, but he's taken down pretty quickly by Winterfox. They were all over him immediately, and now Winterfox back with the ball in the same exact spot, keeping OpTic Gaming on a spawn rotation. 3 down on OpTic Gaming. Ace trying to stay alive.
He is just trying to scramble for his life. It is just death after death. Team Randa doing a great job, or I should say Team Winterfox. They used to be called Team Randa, doing a great job of just putting the pressure on these spawn points. Look they don't have much time to wait for the teammates to spawn. Every single time they spawn, they are just on a
3 down again.
They're getting shot immediately.
They really need to just focus, get some shot, like team shot going here because they're constantly dying. Ace doing a good job of staying alive right here, not getting too focused on that 1 kill right here. Still coming back for it, able to pick up a kill bottom middle, but now they just really need to focus on staying alive. They keep dying way too fast. It looks like Ace is able to push up on this guy who is hiding on red flag. Maybe he has moved now, but 2 guys spawning over at green. Ace putting down some shots. He's got to get some team help here. Flamesword soon to the rescue, getting the assist. Nice job by Flamesword and Ace. This is that status quo teamwork.
But during that spree, look at the time. They're still only at 20 seconds. It doesn't seem like they've been scrapping up time, whereas Randa and Ryan, they got about 80 seconds during that whole spree. We're going to have to see if OpTic can continue this because right now, 2 members of OpTic are down, and they did not get as much time as they want out of that full setup.
Yeah, they're just getting taken down left and right. Flamesword now trying to put shots across the map, but, you know, he shouldn't.
He's doing a great job. He just got a double before that, put
Yeah.
some shots on the ball guy, got camo, and is trying to stay alive and was just taken down. That could have been so huge if he stayed alive.
I was going to say he shouldn't be charging by himself right there. He had 2 teammates dead right there. They got to wait for at least a few players to spawn up on their team to start initiating that push.
That's a good point. Sometimes people assume like, oh, they should have charged immediately. Sometimes if it's a charge that relies on a split-second timing, it's probably not a good charge. A lot of times you should just wait for the higher percentage charge where you're actually with your teammates, slowing it down a bit.
You
want to hop on with Ryan?
Let's hop back on board with Ryan. He's just getting so much ball time. He is being an OBJ master right now, just hanging out, picking up more ball time, staying alive. Look at this guy.
Look at all those nade indicators. I mean, he didn't get away from that one, but he has, I didn't see, he hit back for a second. I believe he has over 100 seconds of ball time this game.
Yeah, this is incredible. You really see Winterfox having much more aggression on the OpTic Gaming side. OpTic Gaming's just not able to handle this aggression right now. They just keep dying one right after the other. They've got guys flanking them right there. Incredible kill by Naded. Maniac had no clue he was under there, and they're just running around, just
look
killing.
How comfortable the squad is. I mean, Naded just gets that kill, goes and grabs the ball, and it's just the same as if Ryan was there before. I was talking to Naded before this event, and I was like, you look very comfortable on this roster. I just noticed that that Shrine Team Slayer game that they played at one point, they were so aggressive. I believe it was against Annex, and they just dominated. And the whole point being is that he looks way more comfortable on this roster than he did in HCS Season 1. It seemed like Straight Ribbon kind of had a slower style of play, and Naded seems to thrive in this chaos. He says, guess what? I have one of the best shots in the game. I want to see this game fast-paced. I know how to scrap up objective, and let's make these games as fast as possible.
So right there, it was only Naded and Randa alive right there, and Randa was able to stay alive for quite some time to allow Rhinood and Contra to push up. Unfortunately, they're taken down, but they did what they could to stay alive to allow their teammates to come up and help them out with the ball. But now OpTic Gaming is trying to make this comeback. Ace with some incredible shots, taking down Contra. We're back on with Rhinood, who's taken down by the ball guy, getting beat down.
All four down right there.
They need to capitalize here. They need to get set up. They need to get the other team spawning across the map. It looks like they just did. Maniac laying down shots across the map, taking down Contra, getting a nice kill. He's taken out by another guy that spawned, and that guy may have spawned there because...
I believe so. I think they blocked the spawn.
One of the guys pushed up too far and blocked the spawn.
And that's tough. I mean, Ace now knows that the camo is just burned right there. It's burned at about the 5-10 mark. I mean, the next camo will be at about the 4 mark. But at this point, that game might be over by then. It just depends, because it doesn't seem like OpTic is doing a great job with spawns at all the series. I mean, they did it great, I would say, on Shrine Flag. But besides that, they seem to struggle with it on that lockout game and on this one currently.
All right, and then you'll see at the bottom right of your corner, the winner plays Denial, and that should be coming up next.
So Denial, as we have seen, are quite a threat. We've seen them be pretty inconsistent from time to time, though. We saw them at UGC where they win the tournament. Then we saw them the following event. They didn't place, or they placed just outside of, I think, top 5 at Gamers Forgiving. I could be incorrect about that, but in the end, whole point is they are not that consistent force that we've seen compared to like EG and CLG, even though they're one of the only teams that also has a tournament LAN win.
Without a doubt. And you see OpTic Gaming really fighting to come back right here. There's 4 minutes, still a good amount of time, but they really need to have a good, solid 30, 40 seconds of ball time to make a good comeback. You see 3 down again. They're constantly 3 down. Maniac was the only one alive. He's just got to stay alive at that point as long as he can. He should have just hid behind the wall, and now they're constantly dying again. Ace is able to pick up a kill. Now he's dead. It just seems like OpTic Gaming is getting 3 or 4 down constantly, and Assault getting
all beat down
to the face, breaking the jawbone, and now Flamesword has got the ball.
Now it's important to note that we've said before that OpTic seems to switch up their style of play throughout the game. We saw in Lockdown they were very slow at the beginning, and then they seem to be aggressive and fast and seem to play much better that style. Now this game seems to be the same case. We saw Winterfox get off to such a huge lead.
OpTic Gaming 4 down.
Yeah, and that's just it. But they were able to make the score a bit more respectable, because I believe they were up by, over 120 seconds, I want to say, at one point, and then they started to come back because I believe it was like 177 to 44, and they were able to get about 60 seconds. But in the end, it was just an insurmountable lead. Ryan Noob him and his squad did such a good job of spawn trapping there. That's the whole point, is they had him spawn across the map, and they did not push in once. They let OpTic, they didn't really let him fully push out. They just drilled him right off the bat.
All
so
right, let's
we're going to
check
pull
out
up these
stats here.
And look at this. Not even a heavy out slay. Ryan Noob, +4 and most time, whereas Naded and Randa both went +1 on the OpTic squad. -4 and a couple -2s. I mean, overall, no one really
outslayed anybody else.
Incredibly negative.
Yeah.
And that just shows that Winterfox outplayed them with the objective. They did a good job of making efficient use of their kills, because what